Hey there, this is Alex Helisek with Breezeway Productions, and we're coming to you from the SLO International Film Festival. That's right, the San Luis Obispo International Film Festival, celebrating its 25th year. And this year, they're opening the film festival with Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, featuring Catherine Ross. So we're going to be talking with some of the filmmakers that were in this year's festival, and we hope you enjoy the interviews. Stay tuned.
Nick Vallelonga, director.
Alex Meneses, I play Rosa.
And Kenny DeQuilla, writer, and I play Gino.
Wonderful. Welcome to San Luis Obispo, ladies and gentlemen. Tell us a little bit about the film and what was your inspiration for making it?
Well, it's based on a play that I wrote a few years ago called Unorganized Crime that Chaz and I did in LA. We wrote the pilot script for it. We asked Mr. Vallelonga if he would like to direct it. He came on board and put together an incredible producing team and cast an incredible number of people in this film that are just wonderful, including Alex, Lenny Kazan, Carmine Caridi, John Panko. He had a great cast, great crew, and we shot it all in what? A week. So less than a week. So a miracle man.
How was it like directing a film as he was just telling us about?
Well, I had seen the play a couple of times, and I was really drawn to it because of maybe who I am. I get a lot of mafia-style stuff thrown at me, but this was different. I thought it was elevated, and it was a different take. So we talked about it, and it was fantastic to do. I mean, we're thrilled with how it came out.
Hello, Andrew and Leon. Tell us a little bit about the film that you have that's accepted this year in the festival.
Above the Clouds is a feature film about a young woman, 18-year-old, who discovers that her father is not a biological father, and she travels from the southeast of England up to a small island in Scotland, and she does it by persuading a homeless man to sit in the passenger seat who owns a driving license so she can drive on a learner's permit right the way across the country.
Wow, that sounds like quite an adventure. So you went on a road trip starting in England and then going up to Scotland?
We do in the film, but when we actually filmed it, there was a lot of cheating going on, a lot of smoke and mirrors. So, although we filmed a lot of it around Kent in the southeast of England.
Nice to meet you, Rich. So tell us a little bit about your film.
Well, it's called Becoming Rich, and it is not a five-step program on to how to become rich. It's really about me as an entertainer, as a magician, a father, a YouTuber, a celebrity entertainer, whatever you want to call it. And it's really interesting because the filmmakers did a great job on this documentary because it's not the typical documentary about magic. It's not glamorized. It's not like, oh, look how cool magic is. It's really a human piece about the struggles of a career and overcoming obstacles in life. It's really a much, much deeper documentary and film. I think people are going to be really surprised by it, and especially people locally here that know me well. They're going to see that and go, I had no idea about this guy. I knew Rich as a YouTuber, a magician. I had no idea he was a real dude with like real struggles, So it's going to be very interesting.
Can you tell us about the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Humphreys?
Of course.
Oh my goodness.
So
much to say.
Joe Humphreys is a Pennsylvania native, internationally renowned fly fisherman, educator, conservationist, and the film follows him for 2 years of his life and his day-to-day, and that may sound a little boring, but
lots of pumping steel.
Yeah, but when you
lots
meet,
of milk.
Yeah.
Lots of water, and
Lots of
saving
fishing.
water across the country.
Yeah, but when you meet Joe in the film, you see that he's a iconic human being.
Yeah.
And the film really captures that.
Nice to meet you, Dina. Tell us a little bit about your film that's in the festival this year.
Thank you so much. My film is called Tin City. It's a feature documentary about the winemakers, brewers, and distillers in Tin City. They're all working in an industrial park just south of Paso Robles. And these are people who don't necessarily have the funds to have vast acres of land and their own vineyards, but they're working hard to make their dream and their passion happen. And the stories that I found just blew my mind. The film actually started as a very simple little camera test, and I said to my team, let's go down to Tin City and shoot a little 3-minute documentary. And the interviews that I got, just like I said, they were so surprising to me, and the stories that I heard from everybody was so passionate about making their wine, beer, and spirits down there, and then how they work together. So it's really it's been a labor of love. It took 2 years to edit. It took 2 years to film and a year to edit. and it's my first feature. I'm a commercial director. I've worked in advertising for many years, and I do short content and spots. And so this was a big bucket list dream come true for me.
Director and producer of Reclamation, The Rise at Standing Rock, which is a short documentary.
Right on. That's awesome. I've seen a couple of docs that were about this amazing, this experience that happened with Standing Rock, and it's a very serious subject. Tell us a little bit more about what your experience was like at Standing Rock.
Well, this is the first time in 150 years that all the Native nations came together to unite in a peaceful protest, resistance against the $3.8 billion pipeline. So my experience is I was there early when there were only 6 people, and when I left in December there was 15,000 strong from all over the world.
So tonight the opening premiere is Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I'm sure it brings back wonderful memories. How do you feel being the opening night film premiere?
I think it's wonderful. I mean, the film was made a time ago, but, I think it's a timeless movie. It's perfect. I'm glad.
Yeah. So have you been around SLO a lot in the last couple of years, or is it a trip for you to come up here? Or?
It was a little bit of a trip. I'm from California, but I've never spent time here, but it's beautiful. I'm really happy to be here. I want to come back.
That's beautiful. So I was looking through your history of the films that you've done, like The Graduate, amongst many others, and I was speaking with people and they were saying you were interested in doing theater as well. So what are your thoughts on doing theater and film within the entertainment industry?
Well, theater, that was how I began. And that, in a way, it's immediate and it's exciting. And every performance is like you're doing it for the first time because it's never the same. And that's, it's different in film. It's a different medium. I mean, they're both incredible, but theater in a way is more exciting because of that immediacy. And the fact that, every performance that is the only time that performance will be that way. So,